What's up, weirdos? What's going on, guys? What's happening? All right, we're going to get into the daily close. We're going to get into what is going on tonight in the crypto space. All right. First, guys, as we always do about this time, quick shout out to the channel sponsor, Decent Biometric Wallet, guys. Get yours today, not your keys, not your coins. They got a 2-for deal on the biometric wallet fingerprint technology, or get the card wallet, guys. Absolutely fantastic deal. Use our link. Get a great deal, guys. All right, let's hop into the chat first. Let me put the Bitcoin chart up on the screen. That's my French. Le screen. All right, so we broke outside of this bull pennant. We closed outside of there, and now we've retested it. We've got kind of close to a spinning top candle right now, but not quite. All right, what do we got? Oh, J Money, what's up? Bulbasaur in the house, first one in. What's up, fam? Let's go. Bulbasaur, first Pokemon of the night. I dig it. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Let's go. Chris, what's up, man? Let's go dead cat bounce in this bear market. It's all-time high. Allison, green tea, watching over on X. Thank you so much. I still don't know where you've been. Green tea, Squirtle's in the house. Let's go. Second Pokemon of the day. Nice, nice, nice. Paul, what's up, my dude? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Philip, ready to see my portfolio give birth. Amen, man. Amen to that. Guys, make sure you're hitting the like and subscribe to the channel. Helps the channel grow. Doesn't cost you a single solitary red cent. So go ahead and do that for me. I'll wait. EZ, what's up? Yo, what's good? Nadix crushing since the end of April. Yes, I am up very, very nicely on my Nadix bags for sure. Imagine being on the outside looking in, missing all these gems. Yes, exactly. If you're not over on the Patreon, guys, you are missing all of these gems that we've been calling. You're literally losing money by not being over there. Zebek, XCN. Guys, we've helped 30 people hit 7-figure portfolios just this year, right? You're actually losing money by not being over there right now. All praise fam, what's up, man? Hey, Rob, that was a very helpful live call this afternoon. I just finished it up. Thank you. Hey, no problem, man. Yeah, we had some good questions in that one. We had some good questions. Over the top, whoop, whoop. What's up, man? There she is, Gamma Goddess in the house. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's get this money. WF Capital, sheesh, Harlow, let's go. Zbeck, can you show the chart, Rob? I can do that for you, my friend. For you, I can do that. Uno momento, por favor. Zbeck. Still basically the same spot we were in this morning. So, yeah. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. We've got resistance, as you can see, right here. Once we break this resistance and move up, it's going to be glorious. It's going to be glorious. Nick, what's up, man? Hey, Rob, what's cracking? Hypothetically, let's say Zebek explodes and pumps before you mention sell targets. Would we wait for your word to sell with good judgment? Well, Nick, I would say ask me over on the Patreon and I will help you, my friend. I know you're over there, so ask me over there in the live streams and I'll walk you through it, because I don't give the general exit strategies to the YouTube channel. People got to be over there. I'm saying this, I know you're over there, Nick. That's why I'm telling you that, right? Fritz, what kind of English is that? Piano bro, nice piano bro. Oh, in the background, yes. What's poppin', Big Rob? Good to see you, man. Lizzie, good evening, all you awesome people. Get over to the Patreon. So much fun over there. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. The community is out of control. Hey, Rob, you the man. Would we need to see Bitcoin reach new all-time high for alts to go on a parabolic run? I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that we need it, but it's kind of part of the package. Like it will inevitably happen. So we're like just a hair below all-time highs. So Balaclava man in the house. What's up, my dude? Big C. What's going on? Let's go. Zebek, Bitcoin, buying more. Let's do it. Crimson Crypto. As this snitches Zebek to El Moon. There you go, man. There you go. Jake the Snake, don't walk, run to buy Zebek. Funky's in the house. Not really digging the chat at the bottom right. Yeah, if you guys don't like it, I can turn it off. Let me know, guys. Let me know. Where do you think Zebek will pump after this breakout? Sounds good, brother. One of the benefits, guys, just so you understand, one of the benefits to having the chat there in the bottom is because the people that are over watching on X, I don't think they can actually see the chat when they're watching on X. So it lets them see it, I believe. So yeah, they can see it watching over on X. So that's, I guess that would be the benefit to it. No, mean. Imagine it does Smith like XCN. What? Amazing coins. Hey Rob, crypto weirdos just here at work listening. My guy, my dude. Smash, like, share. Absolutely, Funky. I like the chat. It helps me. It helps with me when I'm viewing on TV. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Great news. DXY going below 100 again. Is it? Is it? Let's have a look. Let's go look at the Dixie. I don't think I've looked at the Dixie in about a week or so, actually. Let's go have a looky-loo. DXY. Oh yeah. We're back inside this little golden box here. Let me hide that. All right. So yeah, we're back inside our little golden box. We got to come down into here. See, it says alt season. I put inside there. That's where we want to get into. It's for the Dixie. So we're waiting. We are waiting. XRP to the frickin' moon. Let's go. I dig it. J Money. I can't read the text at the bottom right. It's way too small since I watch on my phone. Something. Oh, okay. We need a bullish Doodle banana bounce to the moon. Yes, Doodle's holding us back. What's up with that, man? What is up with that? All right. Well, we're caught up in the chat. Let's get into some of the news. Let's see what's going on out there in the crypto space. All right. So Plan B projects Bitcoin to $300,000 amid S&P 500 surge. What is this all about? Jason with the super chat. What a time to be alive in the market with Rob. Now hit that like and now show support. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate you, my dude. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Show the love, guys. Show the love. Absolutely. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Main content. All right, so Plan B, a renowned crypto analyst, most of you guys probably know who he is. He forecasts Bitcoin reaching $300,000 if the S&P 500 climbs to 7,000 points, citing macroeconomic correlations as key factors. Plan B highlights the correlation between the S&P 500 growth and Bitcoin's potential, underscoring significant market implications. You know what we're going to do? Let's go look right now at the S&P 500. A quick little sidestep here before we get back into it. Let's go. He says 7,000 for the S&P 500. We are sitting at 5,940 right now. So, according to Plan B, if Plan B's plan, no pun intended, was to work out, we would need the S&P, we would need, the S&P 500 to move up to that little golden pocket right there. So according to Plan B, if the S&P 500 climbs up into here, we're going to leave that box here. Okay, let's highlight it. Let's highlight it in yellow. If it gets inside that box, that's what she said. He says Bitcoin will go to $300,000. It's not that far. It's not that far off, guys. So pretty good. I would take that. I'd buy that for $1. All right, let's go back over to the article. Let me catch up a little. Doodle will like to surprise you with the banana bounce. So it happens when you least expect it. Go Zebek. Go now. We have to cheer for the Oilers. There you go. William, thank you so much, my dude. For tax reasons, I'm gonna need to pop a ring on it. There you go. Nice. Bruno, what's up, my dude? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. All right, continuing on. Plan B, known for his influential stock-to-flow model, has aligned his prediction of Bitcoin's price with potential gains in the S&P 500. His data-driven approach remains popular among traders seeking long-term crypto insights. His recent analysis suggests that a rise in the S&P 500 to 7,000 points could propel Bitcoin's price to $300,000. Plan B is often cited for accurate historical predictions of Bitcoin's bull cycles. The impact of Plan B's forecast on Bitcoin has been profound. As traders and institutional investors adjust strategies accordingly, his correlation with traditional markets influences investment patterns and market sentiment. Such predictions emphasize increased institutional interest in Bitcoin, potentially leading to increased capital inflow. The connection between Bitcoin and traditional market my goodness. Oh, sorry guys, I'm tongue-tied this morning. Bitcoin and traditional indicators grow stronger, altering traditional perceptions. Man, I'm out of it all of a sudden. The recent prediction underscores a strong historical correlation between Bitcoin's performance and macroeconomic indicators like the S&P 500. These alignments assist in shaping investment decisions in crypto markets. Plan B's analysis points to potential outcomes in financial scales, suggesting profound changes in Bitcoin's value under certain macroeconomic conditions. His insights continue to guide traders, influencing them, blah, blah, blah. So apparently, according to Plan B, if the S&P 500 hits 7,000 points, which we're at just a hair under 6,000 right now, then he predicts Bitcoin would hit $300,000. Very interesting. Very interesting. Mouse, Patreon members sounding like military dudes getting married for benefits. Good evening, Rob. Great to have you back, brother. Hey, thank you so much, Doug. Thank you so much, my dude. William, you got to do what you got to do. Hell yeah. Green Tea, my schedule threw me off for a bit, but I have been catching the replays. Happy to be present with everyone again. Let's make some money together. Big things popping, little things stopping. Absolutely. All right, what else do we have? Got a video to get into here. Give my brain a rest. Our deterrent rests on our ability to scare the Chinese. Is he a president or prime minister?
Has now accused the U.S. of undermining the U.S.-China trade agreement. This follows a recent U.S. Commerce Department alert warning against using Chinese chips, specifically Huawei. For the latest, I want to bring in Mike Gallagher. He's Palantir Technologies head of defense. While in Congress, he served as chairman of the Select Committee on the CCP. So you have strong views on this. What do you think?
Well, the first thing to understand, if you take a step back, is that Huawei is not a real company. It is an arm of the Chinese Communist Party with access to unlimited state resources. It is a central node in the CCP strategy to dominate us technologically, especially with AI. And so I think it is wise for us to use all the tools in our kit in order to constrain Huawei before their operating system, the new Harmony OS, is on every device globally. So whether that's export controls, whether that's sanctions, something we learned in Trump 1.0 is that we need to actually enforce the export controls we put in place. But we also learned that that's not enough, right? It's not enough to go around the world and just say, Huawei's bad, Huawei's scary. You need an alternative. We don't have an alternative that can effectively compete with Huawei, which is why we need to forge trade deals with our closest allies. We need to get them to Finlandize in our direction. So a lot of work to be done.
Okay, so but complicated. So
yes.
Here we are, not necessarily making friends with our friends, right? We have a lot of allies where we are now saying, hey, you want to be my friend? You got to pay us to be my friend, right? And that, some people are arguing, is going to send parts of Europe, parts of Africa, parts of other parts of the world, India even, into the arms of China and Huawei.
Well, here's the good news. I think across the world, people still want to be the friend of the United States of America. And China, the Chinese Communist Party, is not interested in having allies. They want vassal states that they can control. So we still have an enormous advantage. To your point, I do think it would be wise for us to start striking bilateral gold standard trade agreements, right? We have a huge opportunity, building off the momentum the president has from his Gulf trip, to build off the Abraham Accords and add a technological component to that. I would like to see a trade deal with Japan reached in the near future. Then we can start to build out from there. No one, I think, is saying a big multilateral trade agreement is in the offing, but something akin to a regional digital trade agreement in the Indo-Pacific, building off former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe's vision of data-free flow with trust, I think would redound to our advantage. So we still have a better hand. We just have to play it well on the world stage.
And you think that we can effectively block Huawei from getting on all of the different services that exist around the world, because they're basically offering it for free?
I think if the United States Congress and the United States President work in tandem, I was happy to see my former committee, the Select Committee, is starting to investigate the Harmony OS system. I think if we resource our export control enforcement, which is why I was heartened to see that even in the era of Doge, the president is proposing a 50% increase to Commerce's export control arm, BIS. I think we actually can learn from the lessons of the last time we tried to take on Huawei and ZTE and be more effective this time.
Can I just ask one related question? Do you think that every company in China is an arm of the Chinese government?
I think there is no such thing as a free market company in China. By law, every company in China is beholden to the Chinese Communist Party. Now, that's not to say there aren't people and companies in China that would like to be free from the yoke of the Chinese Communist Party. That's not to say there isn't true innovation happening in China, but the system is a Marxist, Leninist, techno-totalitarian system. Yes.
Okay, so then what do you think of the American businesses that are doing business in China? So what do you think, and Elon Musk is going to be interviewed later today, what do you think of Elon Musk, given his relationship with the president, but the big business that Tesla has in China? Do you believe that he is therefore under the thumb of China? Do you believe that Tim Cook is under the thumb of China?
What I've been saying for a decade is that it is going to be increasingly difficult to do business in China and maintain presence in China. For all the talk about decoupling, whether we're decoupling, selective decoupling, the fact is that Xi Jinping is attempting to decouple from us. And American businesses that don't understand that risk and take steps to diversify their supply chain, I fear are going to get caught in the supply chain. The other component of this is that in order to
the ones that are
that don't model the risk are going to get caught in the decoupling going on. Excuse me. The other thing I would say is that one thing that completely undermines our deterrent posture, even from a conventional military perspective, is our dependency on China economically, right? So what is China threatening to do in response to us prohibiting the Huawei Ascend 910 B, C, and D chips? They're threatening to weaponize their dominance in rare earth and critical minerals in order to bring us to our knees. We need to wean ourselves off of that dependency so that they cannot threaten us and hold us hostage in that way. And similarly, if they were to take Taiwan, as Xi Jinping continues to threaten to do, they would be able to hold the rest of the world completely hostage economically.
Is your view that they're going to at this point? What's your base case
My view,
taking Taiwan, let's say, during this administration?
My view, informed by what we've seen in Ukraine in recent years, is that if a dictator tells you they're going to do a thing, even if that thing seems outlandish from a Western perspective, we should take it pretty damn seriously.
Okay, and let's say they do it. During this administration, next 3 years, what do you believe that this administration does?
Well, first, I do believe this administration is committed to preventing that from happening. I think it's a bipartisan position to say it would be nice not to go to war with China. We should move heaven and earth to deter a war with China. And we can do it if we actually act with a sense of urgency, leveraging autonomous systems, leveraging advanced technology and things like that. I do think there is one of the missing pieces of our strategy right now is breaking down all the barriers to technological and military collaboration with our key allies and partners in the Indo-Pacific so that we have a joint deterrent posture, not just a U.S. deterrent
That
posture.
sounds like a fantasy idea.
I don't think it's a fantasy idea, and I think
what has to happen to get us there? 'Cause
you know,
it seems like we are a long way from that right now.
One of the, for example, we've been talking for years about we need to turn Taiwan into a porcupine, right? Well, we have, and we've been encouraging our friends in Taiwan to spend more on defense. Our encouragement would be stronger if we were, for example, to clear the $20 billion backlog of foreign military sales items that we've approved but have yet to be delivered to Taiwan. That's absolutely something
China in a
we
very
could.
big way. What would be the repercussions from China if we do that?
Listen, the lesson of dealing with Marxist-Leninist regimes, the lesson of all of Solzhenitsyn's writings is that, you know, you need to put steel in their path if you want them to stop. The fundamental paradox of Marxist-Leninist regimes is that they get more aggressive the more accommodating you are to them. So the only thing that will convince Xi Jinping to reverse course is if he concludes that his lifelong ambition, i.e. taking Taiwan, is in fact unachievable because his military isn't ready and he's scared of our military.
And
our deterrence rests on our ability to scare him.
If that blows up the détente that we have right now when it comes to trade, is it worth it?
I actually think it enhances our ability to sit across from the table with Xi Jinping and talk about economic and technological issues. You can't silo these things, right? In fact, like a credible military deterrent gives life to our soft power, gives life to all of our diplomacy. If you don't have that fundamental foundation, you're not going to be able to strike a trade deal that's worth anything.
So basically, give the bully a bloody nose, right? Pretty much what he's saying. What else do we have? Strawberry Dragons with a super sticker. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Super fantastic. Huawei makes great phones. Everyone I've ever had was top notch. The spy stuff I feel was fake fluff news, hater news. I had a Huawei phone before. I held it for one full contract of my, and then I upgraded and I never got another one. I don't know. It was okay. I don't know. I'm a Samsung guy. Ramona with the super sticker. Otaku made me late. He should do my push-ups. This is fair. You can split them 25-25. Smash the likes, guys. Milk Money. What a classic. What classic car do you like? 1967 Chevy Impala, my friend. Hey, Rob, what do you think about the mentioned gas pass? You seen it? You seen it? I've never heard of it. No, never heard of it. Ramona with another super chat. She says, smash the like button. Only half those watching have. Yes, guys. Don't do me dirty, guys. Hit the like. There's 101 people here on one of the channels. We have a total of 282 people watching, and only 60 people have hit the like button. Doing me pretty dirty on that one. Doing me pretty dirty on that one. Right? Don't make it weird. Hit the like button. What else do we have? What else do we have? I squashed Jim Cramer's puny head with... Yeah, Jim Cramer's calling for bullish news on Bitcoin. He's getting bullish on Bitcoin. Not good, guys. Not good. No risk. No Chevrolet. Hey, Rob, I got a one-on-one with you on the 21st of May. Will you send a Zoom? Yes, I will. Zebek is moving a bit. Is it? Is she moving? It's up 3.2%. Oh, yeah, she's trying. Zebek's trying to move. Yeah, boy. I smashed the like button and broke my phone. You would. You would. I believe you. I've been Samsung since 2020, still using my S20 FE. I ain't broke. I don't. Yeah, here's the thing. I agree. Because my phone should probably be upgraded at this point. The one I primarily use. I have 3 phones, right? I mean, I got this one, I got this one, and I got this one, right? I got 3 phones, but the primary one that I use, I should probably upgrade it, but I hate getting new phones because you have to relearn how to do everything on there, right? You kind of, you know what I mean? You pick up your phone and it's just like habit and instinct on where the app is on your phone and what to press. So you go through it, and getting a new phone is such a pain, you know, like you got to relearn how to use your phone. It sucks. Beebs, my dude, what's up, man? Lord of the Realm. Good evening, everyone. Good to see you, my dude. Good to see you. Okay, let's get into this next piece. Yes, we'll go have a look at the ZBEC chart if it continues up, but let's get into this piece first. Bitcoin surges above 107K, sparking altcoin boom. Bitcoin recently made headlines by surpassing the $107,000 mark, igniting excitement among cryptocurrency enthusiasts and altcoin traders. Should Bitcoin continue to ascend past its all-time highs, it could trigger a dramatic rise in altcoin values, as certain digital currencies might respond faster than others. The potential effects of Bitcoin's current trajectory are under intense analysis by market experts. Yes, you guys need to understand that, right? If Bitcoin does break through tonight and continue to the upside, some altcoins are going to move more violently than others, right? Don't be that guy or that girl that sits there because one of your coins isn't pumping, but other ones are, and going, oh, I should sell this and move into something that's pumping. Nah. Wait your turn. Your time will come, right? Bitcoin's price fluctuating energetically between 105 and 107K raises optimism as it remains within the resistance territory. This recent climb is largely attributed to the resolution of tariff issues that have been weighing down the crypto market. The removal of these constraints has allowed Bitcoin to regain momentum, heading towards a potential all-time high of 109,500 within hours or days. Recently, many analysis firms, have observed a quick mitigation of global recession risks this year. Despite earlier market disruptions caused by political developments, a significant agreement in Geneva has relieved some economic tensions. Subsequently, economic recessions speculation has notably decreased, dropping from more than 60% to 40% among investors. Dan Crypto, an expert in crypto market trends, pointed out that while the broader altcoin market cap showed signs of cooling, maintaining a level above 840 billion is crucial. If it dips below this level, a sluggish market and potential altcoin depreciation could become dominant themes during the summer. Tokens lacking strong narratives and robust tokenomics face particular challenges unless another major market upswing occurs. I strongly disagree with that. That statement is this statement right here is spoken by someone who is from traditional finance and does not understand crypto. I've said this before, I will say it again. Crypto at this point in time, we are not in a utility-driven market. We simply are not. Anyone who tells you otherwise is full of it, okay? We are in a speculative, community-driven market. That's how you explain altcoins. That's how you explain random coins that are garbage will pop off because of speculation and community, right? Sentiment. That's what's driving this market, not utility at this point, right? If utility drove the market, ZBEC would be in the top 20 right now in cryptos, just as an example, right? So this here, like I said, tokens lacking strong narratives and robust tokenomics are going to face challenges. Not at all. Not at all, right? It should be the case, but it's not right now, right? Any token that has any popularity, regardless of its narrative, regardless of its utility, is going to pump. Full stop. Solana Coin's potential is highlighted with a forecast of substantial rally, potentially reaching a peak of $650 by the end of this year. This outlook aligns with broader sentiment that, despite looming volatility, certain altcoins may see significant gains. Industry insights reveal a few key observations. Bitcoin has decisively broken through its stagnation. The prospects for altcoins are mixed, with some awaiting sharp gains. A potential summer lull may influence altcoins. So they're basically projecting that we could see that summer dump. I don't think it's going to happen till maybe July or August, personally. As traders and investors navigate these dynamic shifts, yada, 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 we know, be safe, do your own research. You still think this week is going to be Greenland? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I hit the like from the back. Now it's pregnant. Nice. James, hey Rob, rejoined the Patreon today. Nice. Welcome back, my brother. And tried to listen to the old live stream. It tells me to join. It might take a little bit to process. If you can't do it by tomorrow, I would contact support and they'll get you fixed up. So no big deal. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing on a string. 50 push-ups decided by 2. Those 25, taking the loan, 25 push-ups when divided by 2 that allow, very nice, to allow the DCA push-ups, them to DCA. I think utility-driven market will start to begin when that is one of the things. I agree with you, Balakalam. That is one of the things. Probably not even in the next market cycle. It probably will really start to take a noticeable hold in the 2033 bull run, right? So do we see utility get added to cryptocurrencies at some point? Well, a lot of them have utility, but that's not what drives the price action of them right now, right? Speculation and sentiment is what drives this market, whether they have utility or not. Why do you think meme coins and NFT JPEGs of rocks do so well? It's not because it's driven by utility, right? So that's a TradFi assumption that people try to carry over to crypto. And at some point, like I said, probably like 8 years from now, we will be in far more of a utility-driven asset class. But as of right now, no, absolutely not. We're absolutely not in a utility-driven asset class, in my opinion. Okay, what else do we have? Let's go have a look over at ZBEC real quick. I know you guys wanted to see the chart on that. So, boom, she's trying to break out. Man, she's got resistance, though. She's got resistance. Can this break out tonight? Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? All right, what else do we have? Got another video for y'all. Another video for y'all. All right, so what do we got? Yields could push up towards 5% once the economic outlook stabilizes.
Yields are a little lower this morning. That follows the jump that we saw after the U.S. credit downgrade from Moody's. Joining us right now on bonds, the Fed, and much more is Krishna Guha. He's the vice chairman of Evercore ISI and head of the global policy and central bank strategy team there. And Krishna, the reactions to Moody's downgrade have kind of been all over the map. Some people saying, uh-oh, this is a real sign of trouble. Others saying, don't worry about it, it doesn't matter, including Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary. Where do you come down on that spectrum?
Well, I think there's really no new information in the Moody's downgrade itself. The facts are all before us in terms of the U.S. deficit and the tax legislation and so forth. So I don't think the Moody's decision itself is a massive game changer. Some minor technical implications that can probably be ironed out for asset managers in some parts of the world. But the question is, does it serve as a coordinating device for concerns about the direction of U.S. deficits, the fact that the tax legislation really doesn't involve any serious fiscal consolidation, that we're looking at 6.5%, 7% structural deficits forever, except with a rising trend actually over time as entitlement spending steps up. And how does that interact with potentially reduced global appetite from treasuries, coming out of the trade wars, and some of the other Trump administration decisions that are drawing back from some of the U.S. international engagements.
And what's the answer on that? We talked a little bit about that yesterday with Rick Santelli and some others. The idea that the nature of the buyer of treasuries has changed a little bit over the last year or so. What are you watching, and what are any potential warning signs that you'd be on the lookout for?
Well, I do have an underlying prior here that pushing through, a fiscal plan that has no consolidation in it, and at a time when I do think the global demand for treasuries has moderated some, is likely to impart an upward bias to treasuries yields, along with a sustained structural trend for dollar depreciation. Now, the issue with the Treasury yield itself is it's hard to power through 4.5% at a time when the economic outlook is still weak and uncertain. So I think what's happening here is that when the yields get pushed up, for instance, yesterday morning, it brings in domestic real money buyers, given the economic outlook. But at such a point where the economic outlook stabilizes, where we've got some more visibility, I do worry that we could see yields push on towards 5%.
Let me try and translate that into something that dummies like me understand. I think what you're saying is, if Congress pushes ahead with this tax bill and doesn't take any more fiscal responsibility with it, if they don't make some of the cuts to Medicare immediately or Medicaid immediately, if they do continue to offer more tax giveaways that would lower the revenue, whether that be taxes for tips or all of the other additional things that would be added in on top of the 2017 cuts, you think that buyers are less likely to show up for treasuries?
Absolutely. You put it much better than I did. The point is here that I do think there's some reduction in global demand. But what that means is that domestic buyers are going to have to buy the extra debt that's being issued here with this large, uncontrolled structural deficit. Think that means the yields likely do have to rise over time. The issue is just that they may not be able to power a lot higher right now because the economic outlook is weak and uncertain. But as soon as we get more visibility on that, provided it's visibility in a good direction, the economy is going to be okay, that's when I think there's this real risk that we pay the price in terms of rising yields, which would be also, of course, a headwind for the equity market.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard the comments we just made in the last block from Jamie Dimon talking about market complacency. He also said yesterday, specifically on credit, and I don't know if we have the full screen for this, he said, personally, I am not a buyer of credit today. I think credit today is a bad risk. I think that people who haven't been through major downturns are missing the point about what can happen in credit. I don't think he was talking necessarily about U.S. credit, but probably about corporate debt writ large. What are your thoughts about the potential for a downturn, and whether or not the market is being complacent here?
Well, look, I think the probability of a recession this year has come down substantially from close to 50-50 a few weeks back at the peak of all the tariff turmoil. But it's still significantly higher than normal. Is it 30%? Is it a bit less? But that's still a substantial recession risk, alongside a baseline where, the U.S. economy will slow to maybe 1.5% growth this year. So, there is still significantly higher than normal recession risk. It's not clear that that's fully reflected in, for instance, the credit spreads that you cite.
All right. Krishna, if there's one point you watch next, I mean, we never know when something's going to crack in the markets. Things look pretty good right now. Would your bias be to the upside or the downside of what you think comes next?
So I am a bit wary in the equity space after the very impressive bounce back that we've had. For me, the tell here is that the dollar refuses to rally on any sustained basis, and I think that's telling us something about a shift in global investor preferences. So watch the dollar. Can the dollar catch any renewed sustained bid? I suspect not. And keep an eye on Treasury yields. As I said, I think it's hard right now to break out above 4.5% because the economic outlook is weak and uncertain. And that provides a little bit of cover for equities. But watch out, if you see the Treasury yield being able to move up and hold higher levels above 4.5%, that would be a sign to me that concern over the fiscal deficit in a context of reduced foreign buying is starting to overcome concern about economic weakness, and that would create an additional headwind for stocks that we'd have to be very focused on.
The thing is, they're not trying to increase the strength of the dollar right now. They're trying to weaken it. That's been Mr. T's been saying that all along. It's the same thing he did in 2017. We've gone over this before. If you're wondering, if you're out there and you don't know why the US needs to weaken the dollar, it's too strong. It's because it makes trade with other countries almost impossible when the dollar is too strong, right? And it makes it harder for other countries like China, for example, to stimulate their economies, to print money and stuff like that. So these are some of the reasons why they don't want the dollar pumping right now anyways. So, Beebs, Rob, do you feel as this is more of an institute? I know that's kind of the general sentiment, Beebs, but no, I don't think so personally. I think quite simply put, retail's just not here yet. And when retail gets here, everyone that's saying it's an institutional, bull run is going to change their tune. And it's right now it's institutional because institutional's here buying while retail's not. And when retail pours in, one of the things that's going to get retail to pour in is that when institutions are done buying and they're ready to sell, they're going to start telling people in droves on TV, on national television, on the news channels, online, everywhere you look. They're going to be telling everybody, go buy Bitcoin so that we can dump on you, right? So the fact that you guys are here buying at the same time as institutions should make you very, very bullish. What do you see the high for ZBEC in the next few months? I feel like I get asked this question every single live stream. I think I was asked twice earlier today in the live stream. I think that before we see summer pullback, I'm hoping we can get up at least close to a penny, maybe an eighth of a penny, a ninth of a penny, or a penny. That would be nice. Danny, what's up, buddy? Hey, Rob. I'll see if I can catch the Patreon live later. If not, good night. It's Tuesday, my friend. So we did the Patreon live at 2:30 p.m. this afternoon, Tuesdays and Thursdays, remember? So you'll have to watch the replay of it. Also heard Mr. T wanted to lower the dollar to lower rates. Yes, that's exactly another reason. You're absolutely right. Yes. He wants to refinance their debt in the U.S. and he can't do that while rates are high, right? Bloisey, when Lambo, holding so long, I'm about to become part of the blockchain. Cheers for what you do, bro. Thank you so much, man. Yes, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Bonus open mic? Maybe. I'm thinking about it. That's the second time I've been at. I think Harlow asked me earlier today as well. So yeah, if you guys want an open mic tonight over on the Patreon, yeah, I can do that. I suppose I could do that. I don't know how late I can let it run because I'm still recovering from my trip. I hit a wall, but I could throw a movie on and leave the open mic open for you guys. By the way, ZBEC right now is trying to make another run here. If you can look, it's trying to break out again. Let's go, baby. Let's go. I want to see a clean break. Let's get up here. 203, 2031. Let's get it. Yeah, so okay. So we are so that's the news, guys. And we'll keep an eye on the ZBEC chart tonight, but I have to do some one-on-one coaching calls over on the Patreon right now, and then after I've done those, I'll open up the floor for you guys for an open mic night. And yeah, so guys, if you want to join the open mic night, get over to the Patreon. If you want to book one-on-ones, if you need mentorship in this space, guys, from someone who's been around for multiple cycles, get over to the Patreon. We will guide you through this space. We will help you structure your portfolio. We'll help you learn how to create exit strategies, when to take profits, how to take profits, what to do with said profits. how to do research, how to point out studs from duds when it comes to crypto projects, and so much more, guys. And I'm dropping more micro cap gems over on the Patreon, like their Tic Tacs this week, guys. So get over there. You don't want to miss this stuff. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.